not about the fact that there are no aliens in space, that there is no alien intelligence in space. So in the Torah, it's all over the place. It is written that God is one, God is alone, there is no one within, and as it is said, ve'ein imo el nikah, that means that there is no within alien gods. So that is a clear fact. Now, this being said, many can doubt the Torah by saying, of course, the Torah is not going to admit there are aliens. God's never going to admit there are alien gods or people with him or before him or that helped him, because of course this is the book of God. And I understand, you can be entitled to say so, but you have to know a few things. First of all, when you study the Torah and those scriptures in Hebrew, and you see that all the words are very, very carefully chosen, all the numbers, all the allegories, all this can only come out from one superior mind, not different minds. This is the first thing that you can see, you can witness by studying all these books. Now, when you look at the universe, it's the same thing. There is no evolution. There is no different hands that created everything. All comes right up from one single mind. It cannot come from two minds. We cannot develop that now, but this is what I wanted to share with you. This is one. Now, the second thing is that in the Torah sometimes when you do not again understand Hebrew, you might be confused by seeing that at one point God says, let's create Adam to our likeness, in our image, like if he was speaking to someone else. And then also when he throws Adam from the Eden garden, he says, Adam was like one of us, knowing the good and bad. So again here you cannot have the impression that he's speaking to someone else or to another God or someone at his level. Now most rabbis are going to tell you, oh no, he's talking about himself, in a form of language like this, to a honorific form of language. That can be understood like it, but I do not agree. I believe that he's talking with somebody else and another person, but not a God at his level. And I tell you how I believe this, because it happened all the time. You see, God needs Moses to extract the people of Israel from Egypt. Why does he need Moses? Why don't he do it himself? Every time something has to be created on earth or to be done, God uses men, and usually a very high spiritual man, to act as his tool, his living tool to do so. Because you see, God has rules and he respects his rules, and there are many things that God cannot do because he does respect his rules. So you can see God as so pure, so powerful, that if he was actually interacting directly with earth, everything will implode, because it's like putting a trillion volts into a cell phone, everything will melt around, So he has rules. He uses a prophet in order to speak to the prophet and to reach the people. So here again, in the creation, the name that is employed there, that is written there, is Elohim, not Hashem, Yod Ke Vav Ke. And Elohim in the Torah sometimes also refers to a man like Moses. Moses also is called Elohim in the Torah. When God tells Moses, you're going to be Elohim for Pharaoh, and your brother Aaron will be your prophet. So Elohim in the Torah can also indicate one of the names of God, which means actually Elohim means Lord. I am God, your Lord. But also can refer to a man. That means that in the creation I have no problem of seeing Elohim as a great man as Moses, reorganizing the matter under God's orders. Just like Moses did reorganize the people of Israel under God's orders as Ish Elohim, as an Elohim, as a Lord. So I have no problem in interpreting the fact that God speaks to his deputy, his number two, the guy that's going to act on earth, because he's on earth and he's going to do what God is telling him to do, acting as Elohim, as a great man that is a prophet, and is acting just like Moses will act later on. So this is for that. There's no God at God's level. There's no other God. But sometimes, and very often, there are prophets or deputies of God. Now sometimes in the Torah you can see that it is written about Nephilim or sons of Anak, and actually it does not refer to aliens from space, but from ancient nations that lived here upon earth. And sometimes members of these nations can outlive, some disasters, and can be seen here in our generations. People that are very old and that come from ancient generations, ancient civilizations. This is possible. Not gonna go into this, but it is possible. In the Torah there are lots of people that lived like hundreds of years, even thousands of years, and I suspect also that today there might be people that still are living today among us and that belong to this ancient or civilization or generations. And this is not like magic, this is not like fantasy, it is science. Because actually natural death is nothing natural, because death was activated by mankind, by man, by Adam, who was immortal at the beginning. Adam was not supposed to die. So death somehow was created by man, and somehow is a disease, it's not something natural, and it can be controlled or repaired. And I believe that the Torah holds the secrets of death or the secret of eternal life, but this is not our subject for now.